Hey everyone, it's me Chris. Hope you're having an amazing day. I just finished working out. I am pasty and pale because I have not yet acclimated this body to spring, and so I will. But between the cigars and everything else, I know that I tend to get less views when I talk less about cigars. But I am going to circle back to it where cigars come back into this equation, which is the fact that I've really realized the value of, well, your time, how you spend your time, what you consume, but especially who you give your time to. And the biggest thing I've realized is who you give your time to is just as important as how much you spend your time. So, for example, like in my business, like I will have someone come in and I can just get the vibe. By the way, they act, everything else, they're going to be a difficult client, and so I just won't work with them because again, I know they're going to be difficult. So I know that if they enroll with me, I'm going to get constant questions about every charge, about every little thing. They're going to be second guessing everything I do, blah, blah, blah. And just my time is too valuable. I don't want to work with people like that. I want people who are positive, uplifting, and wonderful. I don't want to deal with negativity, right? Same thing. Like I have people in my life who I would call friends, but I love them, but just every conversation is negative. Every conversation is non-productive. Every conversation is always finding someone else to blame besides themselves for their problems. And I love them. I care about them, but I just found myself like every time I talk to them, just kind of feeling a flunk, just a negativity. Like I was seeing a girl for a bit, right? And she was really pretty, everything else, but just like every conversation she had just had this negative undertone to it, and just this kind of this victimhood about everything and blaming people for everything else and stuff like that. And I liked her, which is great, but I just decided to not continue seeing her because again, I just found myself like, I'd be like, it'd be cool. She's real pretty and very pleasant to be around at times, but I would just find myself having this negative feeling whenever I got away from her. Just like I felt like I don't know, I felt like oh, like this weight off my shoulders just from dealing with that. And it's so true that when you're around people like that, it adds so much negativity. So something for me personally, I like to talk too much. It's something that if you can't tell, I definitely like to talk. And something with me personally, recently, I've been using my time with cigar with people just to legitimately listen more, to sincerely learn about other people, to sincerely just make better friends and just appreciate the moment and appreciate the ability to listen, to learn, to use your mouth and two ears in correlation. So you have two ears, one mouth for a reason, right? The old saying is, and it's so true. And just practice just being, just a better, more empathetic human being as of late. And so that's where, back to my love of cigars, I really love the fact that when I have one, and this is sometimes even more so important than like like the brand or whatever, right? You notice I don't tend to go into a lot of like super nitty gritty nerdy details like so many do, and that's awesome. I love that as well. But for me, it's more about the feeling, more about the moment, more about the ability to just listen intently, to relax, focus on something besides what's in here, and just embrace the moment. And that's my true love of cigars is really that feeling of I can just sit down and think, or I can sit down and have something and learn to be appreciative of someone else besides myself, or just get out of my own head for 5 minutes, right? If you can't tell, I'm always in my own head, so it's a beautiful thing. So cigars for me are a beautiful way to do that, and I've really valued and appreciated the friendships I've made through cigars and just the fun it's allowed me to have through having this hobby. And so lately, because of my allergies and everything else, I have been smoking far less just because I'm so agitated and irritated already. The smoke just it does mess with me a little bit. So not too bad, but again, cigars I don't think in moderation are that bad, but they're not great for you. Let's be honest. Stress relief is, but they're not perfect for you. So I have been having it not daily, like twice a week at most, really, at this season. As I said, just because health and work is a priority at this time. But Like I was saying, I really love the ability that it really helps me find a community that is uplifting and positive that I actually enjoy being around. And so, no matter where I've been, cigars have always been a very positive thing for me, and it has allowed me to kind of, gain perspective, being that it is such a mediator, and you meet so many people at different stages and walks of life, and you never know who you meet, right? And it's been such an eye opener realizing, like, oh, like, why take life too seriously? We don't get out alive, and we're really here to leave an impact and help people the best we can. And maybe that's smiling at someone, and it's holding a door, maybe it's just a good handshake, who knows, a positive word. And yeah, it's really cool. But anyway, I will see you later. Have the best of your life. I will finish this and probably have like a quick cigarillo today at some stage, just because that does sound very pleasant. Anyway, adios, amigo. Bye bye.